My name's Jas and I am the community advisor for WeCanMake. My role is really about connecting workers at WeCanMake with different people within the community. So on a Thursday evening, what we do is we get community members into the factory, or we'll go over to Springfield allotment, and that's so that we can kind of do different activities around natural materials so that people get an idea of how that works, what they can do with it, and at the minute we're focusing around growing our own natural materials. What we do is we try to really encourage people to try different activities in order for them to learn and create confidence really around using different materials, or just learning the language of just how to really kind of know what retrofitting is. There's so much for us that is really key, and that is just making sure that people know that we are trusted, we're a safe space to be, and they're going to learn as well as create so many different things for themselves. So for me personally, what I've learned from WeCanMake is more around systemic change. So the fact that I can actually not only change stuff in my house, I can change stuff within myself. I think that what really stands out for me is, don't give in to just what you're statistically supposed to be. So for me, I've been quite lucky in that I live in the area that I also work in, and that comes with loads of different pluses and negatives. But the real key in that is that people do trust me. I am a known face, or my surname is known, and so it's kind of like, oh, it's Jas, we'll speak to Jas about that. But the fact of the matter is that once you get that initial kind of conversation going, for people it is really key that you listen to them. When people feel heard, there's that kind of difference in, all right, I can talk to that person, and actually I want to talk to them. They're listening to me, they understand me, and then hopefully that means that then that person could then encourage them to go forward with whatever it is. At the beginning, in any kind of workshop or talk, we'll say, if there's a word you don't understand, ring the bell, because we have bells that's popped around. I'm often the first person that will say, no, I don't understand that. I can remember going to CAT, and it was just like, okay, this is amazing, so much is happening, there's so many workshops and so many conversations, but yet still the language I don't really get. And it took for me to go on to Material Matters training, which was in the Black Country, and it was amazing. But I was just like, I don't understand the words that's being used. The fact of the matter is, we're just using stuff that our ancestors used to use and build stuff with it that they used to do, So I think that it's just encouraging people to know, we don't need to have all these kind of abbreviations or this technical language in order to understand it. It's very much use your hands and go forward with that. So really is, once people do have that trust and that understanding, it is very much like there's this ownership. We've learned different things, we've done different workshops, especially around kind of natural materials, and there is this feeling like, well, I can do that. I mean, even me coming into Future Build, I was like, oh, we ain't got these new water systems. We need a water system if we're having retrofit. We need that. And then we've been talking about, there's these grounding sheets. And I was like, well, we need that then. If we're going to do it, we need to do it fully. And so I think it's very much, once you give people an inch, they tend to go a mile with it. It feels good. They know that once they are in, it's like a forever process. It's like, what else is there? What more can we do? So once they have the confidence, it's very much that they can make their homes warm, healthy, and fuel efficient.